Some selected Psalms. Psalm 46 today. The background of this psalm is really unknown, but some people think that it is when Sennacherib and his army overtook the Jewish people. And it was a difficult, trying time for the people of Israel. And so we pick up this wonderful, beautiful psalm that speaks how God is our shelter in difficult times. Matter of fact, Billy Graham preached from these verses after 9/11 to give comfort and hope to the nation of the United States. God is our refuge and strength, always ready to help in times of trouble. It's a radical trust in God, especially in difficult times. He's our refuge and He's our help. He becomes our stability in the midst of difficult times. We can trust rather than fear the circumstances. We can put our faith in God rather than being shocked about the circumstances that may be fearful or ominous. So we will not fear when earthquakes come and the mountains crumble into the sea. When everything is chaos, when everything is unstable, we can trust in the ever-present God. Let the oceans roar and foam. Let the mountains tremble as the waters surge. Calamity all around us, but yet our God is our refuge, our shelter in times of storm. The Bible talks about this in Psalm 23, doesn't it? Of the valley of death. We will fear no evil, for God is with us. Then verse 4. A river brings joy to the city of our God, the sacred home of the Most High. Jesus talked about being the water of life. He brings refreshment to our souls in the midst of a dry, arid land. God dwells in that city. It cannot be destroyed. From the very break of day, God will protect it. God sustains us in the midst of changing times. He becomes a rock, a foundation, a stability in the midst of difficult times. The nations are in chaos and their kingdoms crumble. The nations are in chaos and their kingdoms crumble. God's voice thunders and the earth melts. Could be speaking of political chaos, and yet God becomes our shelter, our refuge in these difficult times. The Lord of heaven's armies is here among us. God is our commander-in-chief, and we follow His orders. The God of Israel is our fortress. A mighty fortress is our God. He is our safe refuge. Come, see the glorious works of the Lord. See how He brings destruction upon the world. He causes wars to end throughout the earth. He breaks the bow and snaps the spear. God is a peacemaker in times of chaos. He's called us to be peacemakers. Remember the blessed Beatitudes? And blessed are those who are peacemakers, for they are like God. They are the children of God. He burns the shields with fire. Be still or rest and know that I am God. Stop your fighting and recognize that God is God. I will be honored by every nation. Stop striving. I will be honored throughout the world. God will gain the ultimate victory. The Lord of heaven's armies is here. He's here among us, and His presence brings peace. It's like John chapter 1, verse 14. The Word was made flesh and dwelt among us. When God is among us, He brings peace to our hearts. He is resident among us. The God of Israel is our fortress. The hymn, A Mighty Fortress is Our God, was built from this beautiful psalm. Take consolation and comfort that in the midst of a world that is in chaos, God is your shelter, your refuge, your very present help in time of trouble. God bless you. God keep you. Christ in Colossians chapter 2, starting with verse 1. I want you to know how much I have agonized for you and for the church at Laodicea, and for my many other brothers who have never met me personally. Church work can be agonizing, difficult, stressful. Paul understood that when he was talking about work in the body of Christ, in the church, that sometimes that meant agonizing. I want them to be encouraged and knit